Hi, thanks for joining us. My name's Chris Hatch and I work with Unifiller Systems. I'm the Business Development Manager for the Bakery Division in North America. Today we're going to spend just a little bit of time just reviewing who Unifiller is, but where I want to spend the majority of this time with you is helping you understand how Unifiller can be a good partner. Amidst the world we're in with the pandemic and the travel restrictions, obviously the question that many customers have is, how can I even make an investment in equipment? How can I be sure that it's going to work? And we're going to review that and how Unifiller is a good partner, how we're able to break down those barriers and just help you make good decisions, essentially our absolute focus. So we're going to discuss a little bit about that. Also say hi to Shannon Slemko. Shannon, he's our territory manager for Canada. He also manages some of the northern US states. And he's going to be reviewing how we use our equipment in a modular sense. So you can essentially buy a machine and you can have a guy working off in the corner efficiently, everything's going well, and then you get a big contract and things start growing. How do we use those machines on a conveyor? How do we implement those in an automated setting? So lots to learn, I think, today, and lots of things to go through. We'll try to keep it short and sweet, and hope you enjoy and get some value out of it. Thanks very much for joining. All right, so let's talk about who Unifiller is. We've been around for more than 35 years. In fact, many of the staff have been around a long time. We've got staff that's been here from 10 to 30 years. And we're really focused on our culture first, and also our relationships with our customers. And try to make an impact in your facilities. And again, focused on the relationships helps us ensure that we're trying to do the right thing all the time. You know, as we're shipping to over 80 countries around the world, we also have a very amazing parts department and service team. So we're able to manage that. And we also have a great inventory of parts and components so that should you need a piece that breaks, we can ship it to you quickly. So the back end of Unifiller is very strong. We've got an amazing design team and engineers, and we're always looking to create new and better ways of doing something. So you're going to see over the years from our Slalomatic machines all the way to our servo depositors, we've come a long way over 35 years. The most important thing that we do is focus on, again, is the relationship. So when we're discussing equipment needs with you, we're going to go through, we're going to ask a lot of questions through our qualification process, really to determine what makes sense. We have to understand your business. And now that we can't just jump on a plane and come see you, we'll definitely take some time to ask you for video, pictures, and all that. And of course, in some circumstances, to make you guys comfortable and us, we're happy to execute an NDA. The privacy of your information is at the utmost importance to Unifiller. We can't be who we are without honoring that privacy. So that's very serious for us. The other thing would be, as we're going through the learning process, as I mentioned, we're going to be reviewing a lot of your, we want to review your videos. We want to understand how you make product. What's your processes, not only during the actual action of making it, but what are the processes that lead up to that action, and what are the processes that follow that. If we're going to be considering an automation, we need to understand maybe mixing processes beforehand and throughput capabilities on the back end. It could be freezer capacity, it could be tunnel oven or rack oven capacity, so that we're building systems that are not just good for you right now, but are good for you in the future. So those are all very critical components of the qualification process. Of course, we're going to want to know, what kind of budgets are you working with, and what can you actually afford to invest in this equipment. We definitely do not want to direct you down a road that doesn't make sense financially. It's critical that our focus is on equipment that's going to return dollars to you as quick as possible. So all my guys, the sales team, we're going to be focused on, again, understanding how those machines or machine can make an impact with your current production, right? So how are we able to manage the current throughput, of course, but you're going to have goals or ambitions of maybe doubling, tripling, or quadrupling it. So how do we leverage that automation on your line? So we're going to discuss that with you guys and really focus on all those things. So in doing that, when we consider, now that we've gone through the qualification process and we're understanding really what makes your systems work and some of the challenges, of course, you're dealing with, you're going to let us know. Obviously there's going to be such situations where, look, we don't have enough laborers, we can't hire enough laborers, the laborers that we have are getting tired, we have some maybe carpal tunnel issues. There's all kinds of challenges that you're facing, and once we understand those things and your processes, then we can tune into how we can make an impact. And again, the big focus would be, how do we do this in giving you growth in your process and in your volume by not making you reach too far. For what I mean by that is, it's not usually the case where you come to Unifiller and say, look, we have a huge bucket of money, we just want to buy a bunch of equipment, and we're going to go from 0 to 100. That doesn't necessarily happen too often. We would love it to happen a lot, but great, it doesn't happen. So the reality is, what we want to do is say, look, here where you are today, and we can take you to this level here with this piece of machinery. This level that you're going to go to now allows you to maybe take on new contracts that you weren't able to do before. It might also help you manage your overtime hours, allow you to get more done within the shift, and essentially put more dollars in your pocket, because we're going to focus on reducing the cost per unit, right? So the whatever you're selling, whatever you're producing, if we can drive those costs down, then ultimately you're going to get a good return on your investment. And so again, the whole idea of working with Unifiller is not to focus on selling you a machine and saying, here you go, have a good day. It's how do we make this machine make an impact in your facility? And that's the key, because if we partner with you guys on that level, and I say partner in the true term of partner, but if we partner with you on that level, then what happens is you guys are going to grow. You're going to grow with Unifiller, and you're going to say, hey, now we're 5 years down the road. We need an automation system. We need this. We need that. You're going to come back. So that's our selfish way of looking at it. If we hope that if we do a great job, that you're going to come back to Unifiller. So that's really the focus, is making you guys profitable and everything we can do in our power to help you. And that means if we supply you equipment that doesn't work, if the solution doesn't make sense, we're standing behind that solution. So we have times in the past where we would have to either send a technician out to try to sort out the issue, or we're going to return the machine. If it's the last resort, as we can't help you, we will return the machine. We will give you your money back. Again, like I said, if there isn't a machine that makes sense from Unifiller's perspective, if we can offer you a contact at another company, we'll happily just give you that information and let you contact them. Because if you grow your business and you're doing great there, you still might come back down the road and say hi to us for something else. So now that we have reviewed and understood your requirements and have a good understanding of how we can help, we start to think about what kind of machines could make sense in this environment application. So there's a few ways we look at this. Obviously, if you're a smaller facility, we definitely don't. One of the things we don't want to do is overwhelm you with machines. We don't want to come in and even if it makes sense, is we don't necessarily want to come in with 3 or 4 machines and overwhelm your staff. it's very important that when we implement a solution that, of course, we have your buy-in as an owner or a plant manager or production manager, but we also need the buy-in from the staff. And when you don't have buy-in, there's problems, because staff can quickly feel threatened, or they just don't give the energy or attention into that machine to make it successful. So what we'll make sure that we do is implement a process that's going to help you guys nurture basically the processes. The staff understand it. You ideally want to have a champion that's going to take control, at least one person per shift that's going to actually love using the machine, embrace the machine, take on the challenge and new responsibility. And once you have that person there, it makes everything so much easier. In the end, again, it's critical that this system or machine that you're buying is making an impact in your facility. And I think if you get anything from this video that we're doing right now, is that you really understand that we are very sincere in our efforts to partner and be a good partner. And I think that if we come from that perspective, it'll always govern us, our relationship, in the right manner. It'll always ensure that Unifiller's focused on doing the right thing and making the right decisions that are going to help you guys. And if we do that, then everybody wins. You're going to come back. You're going to always want to be working with Unifiller. And again, for another 20, 30 years, I don't know if I'll be here that long, but at least you'll have a company that's going to take care of you for that long. Thanks so much for joining, and I hope you got some value out of this, and I look forward to connecting with you on a call so we can start the process and help you guys out.
My name is Shannon, and I'm the Territory Manager for Canada here at Unifiller in the Bakery Division. I'm here today to discuss the modular nature of our equipment. We have hundreds of accessories and attachments that are compatible with a wide range of our equipment, from a simple spout nozzle to our often used diving nozzle. Many of these will see different uses within your company as your business grows. The same nozzle that you bought with your first small depositor can also likely be used with your Universal 1000 and even your Cake-O-Matic. We often have two different versions of a similar product to better suit your production needs: the direct from block and the handheld nozzle. As your production expands, many of our machines can be fit with a photosensor kit. This will allow you to use an older manual machine on your new conveyor line without having to purchase an entirely new setup. All of this means that our equipment can grow with your firm. Older machines see new uses instead of being sold, continuing to earn you money as time goes on.